Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. And what a foggy Friday it is as well. Which is completely unexpected considering yesterday was like the hottest day on earth. Yeah, yesterday was unbearably warm. And I did not like it yesterday, but today it's much cooler. My word. I've got my summer jacket on and I'm beginning to regret my choices. Like, yeah, the temperature has dropped quite a bit. It's very, very foggy, but, you know, I'm not going to complain because I am done with this heat. I'm very much done with this heat. So I would welcome some rain. I would welcome some snow, ice, whatever, just to cool down a bit. But yeah, sorry there's a slight delay on the videos. I was going to upload something midweek. However, on Wednesday I did a video and then somehow, I'm still trying to figure out how I did it, I managed to record the footage at like 2 times speed. So it recorded faster and then there was no audio. So it looked like I was just racing against the clock and it was very, very funny. But unfortunately I'd wasted an hour's worth of footage and conversation. So here we are again, hoping to replicate the greatness of that video, because it was a very good video and I was talking, you know, a lot of sense and doing this, that and the other. And unfortunately I lost it all. But hey ho, here we are. But it's, oh nothing. Take my helmet off because I can't see because of the fog. It's misting me up. But join me on my way to work this morning. So we're going to head to Oxford because my new job is in Oxford. So we're going to take the back roads this morning to join the A420. I could join the A420 earlier, but it is literally the worst world. It is literally the worst road in the world. I cannot stand it. It's slow, it's boring, and it's always full of traffic. So we will not be getting it early. We're taking the back roads through Highworth and then Farringdon, and then joining later on. Which kind of works out better for me because it's closer to my house to go this way, and I think, although the journey time is longer, it feels shorter, if that makes sense. So we'll see how we get on. But it does look like we are driving into the fog rather than away from it. But hopefully it burns off pretty quickly because the sun is quite warm already. I did check my phone and it said it was 16 degrees. So hopefully the sun will burn off this fog pretty quickly. There's barely any traffic today, which surprises me. But then again, it is a Friday in the summer holidays. So I imagine most people are working from home today, or they're still in bed. I mean, if I had the opportunity to work from home on a Friday, I certainly would. Oh, that sun's bright. It's very bright, actually. Put my shades on. There we go. I often find the sun visor in your helmet makes it worse. You know, it makes it too dark. Maybe I've just got a really crap sun visor. Or it just could be dirty. It's one of the two. One of the two. I don't think it's dirty, I barely use it. Hey ho. Let's crack on. I've also left my neck scarf at home. I got halfway down the road before I started recording. I'm like, oh, it's a bit breezy around my neck, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't pick it up, did I? I usually leave it in my helmet so I don't forget it, but I took it out to change my gloves and sort out the GoPro and stuff. And I've left it on the kitchen table. Oh well. I mean, not that I need it really. It just, it just stops the wind from battering your neck. That's all. I shall live. The journey to Oxford's pretty straightforward. It's a lot of windy roads like this before we get to the 420 and a couple of nice looking towns. So it's going to be a nice chilled ride. As I've discussed before, the idea of this channel was to, you know, just get out and ride, and also to give me a space to just chat about mental health and all that stuff, because mental health is one of those things that men don't really talk about, let's face it. You know, if men could bottle things up for the rest of their lives, they probably would do. I don't know if it's because it's still a stigma or people just don't care, but yeah, I know a lot of men who bottle things up, and it's something we should stop doing. And, you know, things like therapy really help. However, therapy is expensive, and unless you've got a company that gives you private healthcare and a cash plan and whatever to claim all that stuff back, therapy is very, very expensive, unless you want to wait on the NHS waiting list, which is what I've done in the past. But if you're really busy and you get distracted and you forget your appointment, they literally strike you off straight away. Straight away, like, sorry, you missed it. You're not coming back on. Which I get, because obviously it's a big backlog, but if you forget because you're generally busy or even working, it's a bit unfair. So yeah, I've been told I've got to start the process again, which I can't really be bothered to do. And I think that's half of the problem. Because you get all the courage to talk to someone and to get ready to vent your spleen and whatever, and then because either you were busy or you forgot or whatever, you now have to start the process again. So you've used all that effort to build up and to get yourself ready for it to be taken away. So you're like, oh, what's the point? So mainly the idea of this channel was a place for me to get out on the bike, chill out, and just talk. Because I've suffered with, well, my mental health most of my adult life, if not all of my adult life. You know, it's one of those things that seems to be part of me now. And I'd rather it wasn't, but here we are. So talking about things is not really my speciality. I don't really like doing it because I don't like to burden people, and I don't like to sound stupid, because although it isn't stupid, but I feel like sometimes the reasons that I'm feeling sad or whatever are stupid. So that's why I keep my things to myself. But with here, I can vent my spleen and talk at a space that, you know, isn't going to judge me. Granted, when I upload this video, you're probably all going to judge me, but, you know, at the time, no one's going to judge me, so I'll just get out and talk. So, yeah, it's a place for me to talk about it, perhaps break the stigma, get you guys talking as well. Obviously not to me, but, you know, just getting out there and chatting to yourself. Think about different ways you can do things. So, yeah, that's my plan, because every time I get on the bike, I'm super happy. Very happy. It's like now I'm so pleased to be riding a bike to work. On a new bike as well. This Benelli has like been amazing so far. And it's been so awesome. Oh, morning, sir. I notice a lot of scooters do that. A lot of people on scooters get right to the front and then like go way beyond the line. I know like we all do it, but usually I would just pull next to this van. But because it's just me in the van, I didn't see the point. But hey ho. So if we're going to talk about things that are bothering us, should we talk about one today? Or should we just give it till next time? So nothing's really bothering me at the moment, per se. I think there's frustration around dating and stuff, but, you know, let's not get into that. That's a 4-hour episode alone. But yeah, modern dating as a 41-year-old single man is absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. You know, where are you supposed to meet people? You know, you come on all these dating apps and you just swipe left and right forever, and you're lucky if you get a match. You know, I've completed Tinder twice. I don't need to play that game anymore. And the other apps, you get some matches, but people are reluctant to get out and meet you. So I get that there's a safety aspect to it, but I'm very old school, because I don't understand how you're supposed to get to know someone through a dating app. You just can't. You don't know someone's sort of like true personality. You don't know someone's tics or someone's habits just through an app. So I'm very much, yeah, let's talk for a bit, and then let's get out and have a drink. I don't want to be pen pals. And apparently sometimes that isn't the right thing to say, and you have to get to know someone for fucking months on an app, but it's just not for me. It's just not for me at all. So then you go online and like you look at research about how to meet people, and then you get all these experts saying, oh, get off the apps, meet people organically, meet people out there. And I'm like, I'm 41. Other than the gym and work, where am I going to meet people? Am I going to meet someone down the middle aisle of Aldi while we're looking at the special offers, hoping that they fall in love with me? It's fucking mental. You know, what does that even mean? You know, meet someone organically. Don't get me wrong, I would love to. But apart from the supermarket, occasionally going to the gym, going to work, I'm very, very rarely outside. Other than on the bike, and I can't really meet someone on the bike, can I? Just casually going down the M4, overtaking another bike, and be like, hello? Hello, are you the opposite sex? Hello? And they lift it up and they're like, yeah, but I'm married. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake, yeah, you know. But hey ho. It's just the way it is. So yeah, I've not, you know, given up on dating. It's just, I've taken a massive step back from it because it's soul destroying and it's emotionally draining. So, you know, I've got the cat. He'll look after me. No, I'm not going to leave anything to the cat. That's something I find bizarre when people leave like their inheritance to the cat. It's like, oh, well done. I don't even know if that's legally possible, is it? To leave your estate to an animal. I'll have to figure that out. Not that I would ever give my cat anything because he's a dickhead. So, welcome to Coleshill. Nice little picturesque town which smells of sewage currently because there was a blocked drain last week and the smell still hasn't gone away. There is an English heritage site here, but I don't know what it is. I think it's like a home or a bunch of homes or something. I don't actually know. So not English Heritage, National Trust. It's a National Trust site here. Yeah, it's in there, behind that walled stuff. I imagine it's a big garden of some description. But it's, you know, a whistle-stop tour. Sometimes I'm torn between how to do these videos because I see a lot of motovloggers and different people doing lots of talking. So like every clip you see is them talking while they're riding, which is great. I think that's a good way to do things. but you also miss out a lot of the actual ride itself. And then I see other people who perhaps don't get as many views do a nicer format where they talk for a bit and then there's like 30 seconds to a minute of just silence and riding. And I quite like watching that. I find that quite chill. So, I don't know. I might do both. Should see. So the town of Farringdon is a few miles away, and it's an ex-market town, I believe, from, you know, centuries ago. It's a lovely little place. The town centre is a bit tight, and sometimes if you're not careful, cars can take you out. You know, the old "sorry, didn't see you, mate" kind of thing. Oh, speaking of "I didn't see you, mate," I noticed that my last short or reel that I uploaded regarding the other biker who almost took the front of my bike off, and it seems that the common denominating comment is people think I'm blocking the junction. I'd just like to clarify, if you watch the full video you can see I'm not blocking the junction. I've pulled over to let an ambulance through. And there's plenty of space for a car to get through. The problem I have with it is that as I've started to move off to ride next to my dad, to get next to him to create some space, a biker has cut across me with no indication, not letting me know he's there. He's just come across. You know, and that ain't good, is it? Let's face it. You'd all be fucking backing me up if it was a car doing it. So come on now. Use your brains. But hey ho, I forget we're on the internet and people just like a fight for the sake of it. But here we are, welcome to Farringdon. It's 20 miles an hour, so it's going to be a little bit boring. I do like those houses though, they are very nice houses. As you can see, the fog has cleared. We seem to have ridden away from that, which is fantastic, because riding in the fog is my least favourite thing to do. Mainly because you can see fuck all. Thank you. So we're heading into the town centre, and it's a lovely town centre. It's very, what I would call typical, you know, market or ex-market town kind of town centre. And I think you'll see what I mean when we get there. Some lovely little buildings. Kisses. Imagine that pub's pretty nice. Take a lovely jaunt up this hill. The old Sudbury House Hotel on the right here. Never been in, but it looks alright. Maybe part of the channel could be me visiting different hotels and seeing how good the club sandwiches on the menu. Now, I've noticed recently the past few hotels I've been to don't even have a club sandwich on the menu. I'm like, what is this? It's like, where's your club sandwich? Come on. It's tradition. Oh, now we're approaching the A420. It is literally a road I cannot stand. But it's clear today. Good. You'll see why in a minute. You'll see why in a minute. So here we are at 50 miles an hour. That's the speed limit, and here we are. It's just so slow. Everyone on a bike knows that this is not a 50 mile an hour road. This is a national speed limit road. But for some reason, it's been 50 for as long as I can remember. As long as I've been alive, I'm sure. Well, hello guys, we're back. Unexpectedly. So, sorry that the footage got out early. For some reason, my camera just decided to turn itself off. The battery wasn't low, there was nothing wrong. So, I'm wondering if it overheated because it's warm. However, you joined me not long after I've started work. There's been a big fire nearby, which has knocked out the power for most of Oxford, including where I work. So there's nothing I can do, so I'm going home to work from home. So we've got a bonus ride. But it's kind of good that we've got this bonus ride because of obviously, losing the last of the footage. So yeah, I don't know what happened to my camera, but it decided enough was enough, so I think it got too hot. So hopefully it's okay on the way home. But we'll have a nice little video for you to enjoy. Annoyingly, I've lost one of my earplugs in my bike. So I have the old Eggs earbuds. They're really good. And they come in a little screw cap, which connects to your keys. And I undid the... Oh, it's a slip road! Oh, for goodness sake. And as I was saying, it's a so as I was saying, it's a screw cap. You can just see it down there, look. And I undid it, and because I'm the most clumsiest man on the planet, I dropped one of the earplugs and it went into my fairing somewhere. I've shaken the bike, I look around, I can't see it, so it's lost in there. So I've got one in and one out at the minute. So it's going to be interesting. So now I need to get some new earplugs. I was like, for goodness sake. I've got some spares, so I'll just grab a spare pair. It's just really frustrating when you spend £20 on some earplugs and then you lose one of them. Oh well. But hopefully the journey home will be nice and relaxed because, well, it's Friday morning, rush hour is done and dusted. Oh, there's the fire. You can just see it there. I don't know if you guys saw the brown. That's where the fire was, and it's knocked out the power. So hopefully everything will get turned back on soon. And I'm going to be willing to guess that because that fire was so close to the road, what's the chances it was a discarded cigarette? I think you'll find it was quite high that it was a discarded cigarette, which just baffles me. Why would you do that? But hey ho. Unfortunately, not everyone is sensible these days. Yeah, there's no traffic on the roads. I think it's going to be a nice ride home, which will be good. Ooh. Value curtains. Oh, Veil. I thought I said value. Veil curtains and blinds. I wonder what they sell. TVs, I guess. Nothing on the road, look. Why is there so much traffic? I thought we'd passed all this. Lovely. Love a bit of the dual carriageway on the way home. Oh, very tired. I might have a nap. We'll have an after nap work. So, after nap work, after work nap. Yeah, I am looking to do some more vlogs, maybe do some adventures. See how we get on. I'd like to do an overnighter somewhere. I think that'd be quite cool. But I have been noticed a challenge My friend Terry has set me a challenge to do a route within 4 hours, and I have to take pictures at different stops and record my mileage, and it sounds quite fun. So I'll give that a go, and I'll definitely video that. I'll definitely record that. I think that'd be great fun. That'd be a nice little video to watch. So I'm looking forward to doing that. But yeah, I think as the summer draws to an end, I'll see if I can get away somewhere for the weekend. You know, leave on a Friday, take an evening stroll up, or leave early on a Saturday and just stay overnight somewhere. Maybe in Wales or something, or in like Cumbria. I would like to get abroad perhaps next year. I think that would be good fun to do. I would very much like to do that. Because I've never been abroad on a bike, and I would love to try it. You know, maybe just see the French countryside, and maybe the German countryside, and even the Italian. Maybe just like do most of Europe. Spain as well. Belgium. I see all these sort of like, you know, motovloggers, they just get on their bike and go. And I'm like, fair play. So I might just have to get on my bike and go. Just do it. You know, I don't think there's anything stopping me from doing it. So I think it's definitely worth a go. So maybe I'll look into it and I'll start planning an adventure. I wonder where that bus is going. I wonder if it's going to Farringdon. Do I carry on? Do I follow it? Who knows? I think we had a good chat today. I think that we've chewed the fat enough. I'm hoping that we got most of the stuff I was talking about before the camera died. So I did check the footage when I got to work with what I could on my phone, and it said I had about half an hour's worth of footage, so that was probably before we got to the 420, so I hope that it captured a few of my rants, otherwise we're going to be back to square one. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, in summary, modern dating as a 40-year-old sucks, is kind of the crux of it, of what I was whinging about today. I won't say whinging because I was having a right old moan. You know, trying to meet people organically, buy the veg in Sainsbury's or something. So I haven't tried speed dating. Maybe that's next on the list. Hey ho. We never know. See what happens. Who knows what the future will bring? Excellent, this bus isn't going the same way I'm going. Huzzah! Sorry I've not said much, I'm just hoping that you guys are enjoying the ride. I thought I'd put in some footage of just a bit of riding here and there, which I think is always good to do. So yeah, it's nice, isn't it? There's a bike in front of us as well. I didn't quite catch what the make was. It's obviously a 125. Or it could be a restricted 250, but I didn't quite catch it. It looks quite old, looking at the exhaust, and I can't quite make out the reg from this distance. It's good to see more people out on the bikes. Even if it's just a CBT, it's nice to see it's not a stepping stone. No, apparently it's a 24 plate. I don't recognise it. The exhausts don't look modern enough, if that makes sense. Could just be me. Could just be me. I did try and wrap up the video earlier on because I couldn't get the words out. It was a bit weird, as I just forgot what I was going to say, or just couldn't find anything to say. So yeah, I thought I'll wrap up the video there. But as you know, I've been chilling out and riding along, and seeing other bikers out on the road. It's been like, let's just have a chat. No, I would definitely recommend to anyone, just do a CBT, even if you don't want to, do a full bike license. Just spend whatever it is, as it 150 quid these days. Do a CBT at your local bike training centre. And just enjoy the day. And I guarantee you, it'll make you a better driver, better car driver, because you'll use all the safety checks you do on a bike and a car, and you'll be like, oh, okay, that helps. I'd be the first to admit that, when I was a young car driver, I didn't really take things seriously. But as soon as I started doing CBTs and I passed my test, the amount of extra checks I do on my car now, it's just force of habit, because you do them on the bike. So I definitely recommend it. Definitely recommend it. It's inexpensive. You get to hold the CBT for 2 years, and if you want to ride a bike, that's a 125, and that time you can. So do it. And then even going for the test itself isn't that expensive. I think when I did mine, I must have spent no more than £1,000, and I did have more lessons than, which is normally recommended, but I wanted to make sure that I was going to pass the test, my instructor, he was like, yeah, you're ready for the test, you don't need to take any more lessons. I was like, no, I want to do a couple more, because I wanted to make sure I got the mod 1 down. So we did lots of mod 1 to the point where he was tired of me doing it, because I kept doing it first time. And then we did a couple of outings out on the bike. We did a good 4 or 5 hour ride. It was good fun. It looks like a CBF. Look at that view. Glorious, isn't it? I can smell smoke. Hopefully it's not what I think it is. I've had enough of that today. Really enjoy this. So I feel much more comfortable on this bike than I ever did the Pan-European. Don't get me wrong, I still felt fine on the Pan-European, but there was always that thing in the back of my mind saying that this bike is bloody heavy, and you feel it going around the corners. But this, oh my god, it's just night and day. Night and day. I don't feel tired, my arms don't ache. I'm not fighting against the bike when I go around corners. It's just lovely. I feel more confident and comfortable taking corners at speed as well. I never really did on the Pan because of the weight of it. But this, it's just so good. So, so good. I should have got an adventure bike a long time ago. They're just great all-round bikes. And this Benelli, although it's a 500, it's more than man enough for the job. More than man enough. You know, on country roads, it's absolutely fine. Sometimes when you're overtaken or you're going up hills like this, you might want a little bit more power. But, yeah, it's negligible. Hello, pigeon. So, yeah, don't be put off by the engine size. It's also a really big bike. It's really tall. And I imagine if you wanted to take this off-road, it'd be absolutely fine. I won't be taking it off-road because that part doesn't really interest me. I'd much rather stick to the road, thanks. I mean, if someone like invited me to do it on someone else's bike or like a trial bike, like a test ride, then yeah, fine, I'd probably give it a go. But no, I will stick to the roads, thanks. Now this roundabout's a pain in the ass, it's very tight. And the road surface is really fucking uneven as well. So again, you've got that doubt in the back of your mind. It's like, oh, is the road surface going to knock me off? Am I going to slide? Am I this? Am I that? But that's all good. In the hood. And have I made it in time for the shortcut? Yes. Woo, let's go. Thank you, sir. Now it's the final stretch home. I went out with a girl who lived in Highworth once. That was when I was 18. That was a long time ago. 22 years ago. Blimey. No, 23 years ago. Christ, I'm older than I thought. Yesterday I took the FJ to work, but I completely forgot it was air-cooled. So when I went in the morning it was fine because it was cooler, and on the way home obviously it was like 36 degrees. So the bike was warm anyway, and I got like halfway down the dual carriageway and the engine started getting warm and I'm like, oh god. Yeah, I had to pull over at one point because it was getting really warm between my legs and I was like, I'm sweating here. Yeah, when I got home I left the bike outside for a bit because it was just like, you could see the heat coming off the engine. I was like, yeah, let's not put the cover on just yet. I managed to sort the battery issue out with the FJ. I just bought a new battery. And I think it was the USB and 12-volt power sockets on the bike because they were directly hardwired to the battery. And I think, if memory serves, USB outlets always draw a small amount of power. So if you're not using the bike and it's drawing over time when the battery's weak anyway, yeah, it's just going to drain the battery. So I've disconnected them. I mean, they're near the exhaust anyways. I'm not going to plug anything into that. I don't intend to use the FJ for touring anyway. So yeah, I just disconnected it. It's fine. See how it goes. If the battery drains again, then we know there's something else, but it shouldn't be anything. Welcome to Blunsdon. Anywho, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there before I run out of battery. So it's been a pleasure as always. Make sure you get out on your bikes before this heat is over and this weather is over. But remember when you do to take it easy, ride safe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.